Recently, large numbers of wild boars caused extensive damage to farmland in California, injuring a farmer in the process. In response, a professional wildlife management team was dispatched to address the threat. Equipped with specialized gear and supported by trained hunting dogs, the group advanced directly toward the animal's known habitat. Deep tracks across the fields clearly showed the destructive capabilities of these animals. The operation carried a high level of risk, as wild boars are known for their unpredictable and aggressive behavior when cornered. The team's mission was clear: to prevent further losses to crops and property. Following faint trails, a marksman established an ambush point and waited patiently. Around 15 minutes later, a dark figure emerged from dense vegetation. With careful precision, the shot was taken. The animal, injured, attempted to flee, but a second accurate shot ended the pursuit. Soon after, a new location was flagged on tracking devices, prompting the team to move quickly. Once in position, a herd of wild boars entered view. Coordinated gunfire scattered the group, preventing them from advancing toward the farmland. In another position, a second marksman intercepted a boar, attempting to escape through heavy brush. A well-timed, accurate shot neutralized the threat instantly. The success underscored the importance of precise marksmanship in these operations. Not long afterward, the sound of barking dogs alerted the team to another imminent encounter. A large boar burst from the undergrowth, charging directly toward one of the hunters. Years of experience and quick reaction ensured a controlled, decisive shot that stopped the animal's advance. As the day progressed, additional sightings occurred. One boar, partially concealed in foliage, was spotted and taken down before it could flee. Near sunset, another member of the team maintained position until a clear target presented itself. Several shots were required to immobilize the animal completely, followed by a rapid approach to ensure the threat was fully contained. From rugged hillsides to dense, shadowed forests, wild boars continue to pose a serious challenge for land and crop protection. Professional intervention helps control their numbers, reducing the risk of further destruction. The following day, another team traveled to a reported hotspot. Upon arrival, they moved into predetermined positions. After a period of waiting, a boar appeared on a distant hillside. Coordinated fire halted its movement, removing another potential source of damage. On the eastern slope, observation through binoculars revealed another target weaving through thick brush. A single, carefully aimed shot ended its advance. At the same time, a separate group in a dense forest worked to prevent the animals from breaking through toward farmland. Spotting a herd in the underbrush, the team's opening shot sent the animals scattering, disrupting their approach and protecting the surrounding agricultural area. In a recent wildlife management operation, several wild boars unexpectedly broke from their group and moved directly into the firing line of a positioned marksman. Precise shots quickly halted two of the animals, while the remainder retreated into the deeper forest where pursuit was not possible. Elsewhere, another team detected a herd emerging rapidly from the forest edge. Marksmen took immediate positions, but due to the animal's high speed, only one was successfully intercepted. Information about the escape routes was relayed over the radio to other units. On the eastern perimeter, one boar charged directly toward a defensive position. Its movement into open ground provided a clear opportunity for an accurate shot, ending the threat instantly. Moments later, gunfire from other sectors confirmed the removal of the remaining animals. With the immediate danger resolved, the area returned to a state of calm. The operation highlighted the effectiveness of strategic positioning, swift communication, and decisive action in protecting farmland from damage. The day's activities began in a wide, open agricultural plain, where the edge of a forest meets expansive rice fields, a habitat often used by wild boars for shelter and feeding. In the early morning, a wildlife control unit arrived fully equipped with tracking dogs and specialized gear. After taking up concealed positions, a long period of stillness was broken by the sound of movement nearby. A large boar, estimated at around 400 pounds, emerged from the vegetation. A single well-placed shot neutralized the animal, marking the first success of the day. From there, operations shifted to vineyard terrain, where the orderly rows of grapevines had recently become a refuge for boars. Methodical tracking and careful ground inspection were underway when tracking dogs signaled the presence of an animal. Moments later, a boar ran through the vineyard. Quick, accurate action brought it down between the grape rows, preventing potential crop damage. The next location was a rugged island landscape, characterized by rocky slopes and dense underbrush. Navigating this terrain required significant endurance and precision. While moving along a narrow trail, a wildlife control specialist encountered a group of foraging boars. The animals scattered upon hearing the first shot, but continued engagement ensured that multiple threats were addressed before the herd could vanish completely into the mountains. These operations demonstrate the challenges posed by wild boar populations in diverse environments, from agricultural plains to vineyards and rocky wilderness. Effective management relies on a combination of field expertise, coordination, and timely intervention to protect crops, land, and ecosystems from the destructive impact of these resilient animals. In a rugged region of steep, rocky slopes, natural terrain provided wild boars with effective cover, enabling many to evade detection. However, a wildlife control unit was already in position, strategically spread across key ambush points. Observers scanned the surroundings patiently, waiting for signs of movement. The wait ended when a wild boar, startled by the presence of humans, charged through dense underbrush in an attempt to escape. A well-placed shot brought the animal down swiftly, ending its flight. In another section of the operation, a large boar estimated at nearly 500 pounds emerged from thick vegetation and moved directly toward a marksman. The encounter concluded within moments, as precise aim and timing halted the charge before it could become dangerous. The dense thickets in this region, heavy with thorny plants and tangled vines, have long served as a secure refuge for wild boars. Yet, even in these challenging conditions, tracking teams maintained focus. Within minutes, another boar appeared, and a single accurate shot ensured a quick and humane end. Across much of Europe, wild boars have become a significant concern for rural communities. Their frequent incursions into farmland cause extensive damage to crops, and despite sustained management efforts, their numbers continue to rise. This has compelled many regions to adopt organized population control measures. One such operation began in an open, recently harvested field, where the lack of natural cover reduced hiding opportunities for the animals. In this setting, precision was critical, as even minor mistakes could allow targets to escape. When a large boar, weighing close to 100 kilograms, broke from the tall grass at high speed, a coordinated pursuit followed. Using a vehicle to close the distance, the team intercepted the animal with a carefully executed shot. Encouraged by this result, the group expanded its search across the area. After hours of tracking, the lead boar was located, and an ambush was prepared. The plan succeeded, with another clean and decisive interception occurring less than a meter from the firing position. Later, movement in distant dry grass signaled the approach of yet another large boar. The animal suddenly charged, but the shooter's swift reaction and precise marksmanship prevented potential harm. As daylight faded and temperatures dropped, conditions became ideal for continuing the operation. Using thermal imaging equipment, the team quickly identified multiple boars. In just a few hours, several were removed, significantly reducing local population pressure. Despite these efforts, wild boar numbers remain resilient. At present, management teams continue their work, tracking and intercepting groups found foraging near forest edges. These activities illustrate both the challenges and the persistence required in addressing the ecological and agricultural impacts of expanding wild boar populations.